Luke, commiserations wasn't to be, but you've played your part in an unbelievable night of darts. Just sum up the emotions after the final for us.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm okay. You know, it was a great game, and you know, I pushed him all the way there. I know, like I say in all my interviews, I do it all the time. I say, you know, there's no one else in the world of darts that can push him like I can, and you know, it's just unfortunate that a couple of darts I think did cost me that kick over to the triple one. You know, if that was just a triple 20, I have darts, and yeah, it's just a disappointment for myself. You know, I had that opportunity to really kick on, and I didn't. But you know, I think someone said he averaged 111, so yeah, you can't complain. Like,
did you feel almost you're on a free after the semi-final?
yeah, no, yeah, I did. I said that. You know, I felt like after, you know, the way it went in the first 10 weeks, you know, 7th, and then I managed to scrape, you know, 3rd in the end, kind of. And like I said to Polly, if you get in, it's kind of like a free run, because anything else is a bonus. I think a lot of people didn't expect me to be here, and I managed to be here, and you know, I'm just proud of myself that I managed to, you know, have the chance to, you know, retain my title, give it a shot, and boy, didn't I give it a good shot. It was just not enough in the end.
And the last 5 weeks, the form you've shown and the form here, does that give you so much confidence heading into the rest of the season that Luke Humphries is going to pick up major titles again?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm always confident. I'm always feeling good. I always know there's an opportunity for me to win major titles. I've just probably been on the other end of a few major final losses too much now. You know, I think it's been like 5 now. So, but I don't think I've played bad in him. I just think, you know, Luke, he's just at that level sometimes where when it's really put on him, he seems to shine. And you know, a couple of mistakes there, he would have lost. And you know, it was tough work, because sometimes you feel like you're just sort of sticking with him. But you know, from that the first break, I knew I was on a good form. I was on a good run. It's just maybe it fell away a little bit, but you know, I'm still proud of the whole of the performance.
Thanks for your time, mate.
Thank you.
Luke, how did you manage to dust yourself down after such an epic semi-final and go up there and produce a performance like that in the final?
Yeah, I enjoy being a part of it. I enjoy being a big time player. I enjoy being a part of these big nights, and you know, they do whet the appetite. I love you know, being here and playing in these big finals. It seems to bring the best out of me, and there's so many major finals I've played in now where I've played so well in them, and probably the semi-finals have not been as good as the finals. So that says a lot about my character, and you know, I'm just proud of the way I really didn't let up a lot. You know, but he was relentless there, to be fair to him, and you know, one mistake there in a leg that could have cost him a lot, and you know, like you say, with the average he hit, it was it would have been such an annoying loss for him, because it'd been like, how well he played, how have I lost it? But I think, you know, when we embraced, you know, afterwards, he was like, wow, what a player, you know, because he knows I can push him, and I think that's great for darts. If there's no one pushing him, then it's not fun.
Why do you think it was so emotional for Luke at the end, and what did you say to him after the final?
I don't know, to be honest. I think, like I said on the mic, I just give him a cuddle, so just take a bit of time, mate. Just, you know, I'm always there for him if he needs it, and you know, I think maybe it is emotional sometimes, because you're on the road 16, 17 weeks, and he's had a lot of hard time. You know, from Manchester, it's probably like been a build-up of emotion from him, and maybe I think he had a little bit of support at the end there, and he's kind of feel like, you know, thank God, you know, I think people have sort of seen past one mistake and let me, you know, rebuild, and you know, people were cheering for him. I think that was just a nice moment for him. So yeah, I love him to bits. He's one of my great friends, and you know, if I need to step in to take the limelight off him a little bit, just to let him relax, and I'll do it for him.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. They often say that we learn more about a great sportsman in a loss rather than a victory. How do you compare yourself now compared to when you started winning everything, the Grand Prix, the Slam, the Player from the World?
Yeah, I've always been, you know, overall a good loser. I can always take it. You know, I'm kind of like acceptable that you're not going to win everything. You know, I have had my fair share of wins. I've won a lot of things. If you're sitting here and it's like your 12th major final loss and you've won one, you kind of get a little bit more disappointed because you've not won everything that you wanted to. Obviously, I've done it all. I've won everything. So, you know, for me, I'm a little bit more relaxed. These are everything I almost win or do win is a bonus now. So. You know, it's for myself now. I'm just, like I said all the time, I'm just trying to win as much as I can, trying to put myself up there, trying to create a legacy, and hopefully the fans enjoy watching me play as well.
I heard with what Luke was saying up there on stage. Do you think this can be a turning point for Luke with the fans? Because I think sometimes it may come across that he doesn't care, but it's quite clear that obviously he does care, and he was talking about, he said to Faith that he was thinking of just putting it down after Manchester. It's clearly, you know, like you said, when the fans were supporting him, it's something that does mean something to him, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what he said there would have been emotion. We would never put the darts down because that's, you know, you're not going to do that. This is the reason why he is who he is, because he's such a great dart player, and you know, it's hard because I've had it before, you know, for no real reason. I just had the crowd on my back after I beat Luke in the World Championships. Everyone just hated me for no reason. And it's hard because you're kind of at home and you don't actually want to go and play darts because it kind of feels like everyone just hates you and don't want to see you play. And I know what he's going through, but we all do want to see him play. I think the fans do want to see him play because he's a, you know, I think darts needs Luke Littler. Luke Littler don't need darts. That's the truth. And you know, for me, it's nice to see that he's bounced back from you know, with the fans, and he just needs to, you know, just give him a little bit more, like he's doing on. I think he's doing some social media bits to just show that he's just a normal person. I think everyone thinks he's a robot, but he's not. He is a normal person, a good kid as well, and I think that's why he's trying to, you know, show everyone that.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you for your time.
Why do you think he's so good at the long format? Why do you think when it comes to the finals, he just manages to?
He's a bit like me. He's got a good throw. He's got a solid throw. You know, there's not really much that can go wrong. It's like, I guess when you're so young, it's hard to like put a finger on how you can be so clinical at such a young age when you've got so much not so much experience. But I think over the last couple of years, he has got a lot of experience. I think that is why he is so good. And you know, he's had none of them real mental or physical scars that can hurt you a lot. You know, everything's really gone his way. You know, a loss today would have probably hurt him because he's not used to that. He's not used to losing finals. So, you know, I think he's got that belief in his game all the time, and you know, he's a fantastic player. And like you showed today, sometimes even at me at my best is not good enough.
Do you think the match play is somewhere you can respond? I know you've got the World Cup and the Masters and all that, but the next big one is.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I can respond all the time. But I've got to beat everyone else in front of me before I even have the chance to play Luke. You know, it's a hard tournament because you're playing a lot of good players, and you know, it's not like you can have a couple of losses here and there like you do in the Premier League and get away with it. In the match play, you lose, it's over. So you know, I have been playing some great darts, and if I can go to the match play and play like I did tonight consistently, then again I'll be a tough player to beat. But you know, I'll keep doing what I do. I'll keep pushing, keep playing, keep making it hard for him to win these tournaments. If if you put in averages like that to beat me, then I'll try and make it hard for him.
Just to clarify, Johnny Clayton, it appears it was a whistle that put him off. I know you won the match, but it feels like
I didn't know because I had my head in my towel because I'm thinking it's definitely going in. You know, I know what I'm used to, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is definitely going in. So I put my head in my towel. I wasn't even, you know, understanding what was going on, and I guess he wouldn't lie. He obviously was, but yeah, you don't want to win like that, unfortunately. But you see it a lot.
Are you worried about, because it's become a bit of a theme, it happened at Sheffield last week, it happens in other tournaments, are you a bit worried about booing and whistling ruining the game?
To be honest, I don't think tonight was bad. I didn't really see lots of booing and whistling, to be honest. It might have happened to Johnny at that one time. It didn't really happen to me throughout any of the times I was playing. It happened a couple of times here and there, but you always get someone in the crowd. You know, there's about 16,000 people in there. Like 15,900 of them were amazing. So you can't taint the whole crowd after a couple of people. You're always going to get them. But most of the crowd tonight were fantastic, and I have been most of the Premier League, to be fair.
Do you and the other players ever talk about it amongst yourselves?
Not really, because there's nothing you can do really. Yeah, it's just one of them things. You know, we can hope people come and watch the darts and just want to enjoy the talent, because I can't see any reason why you'd want to put off a game. You know, like me and Luke just played there. You know, you let it flow. There was no whistling or booing, and you get, you know, crackers like that.
A couple more questions.
Luke, you said earlier in the season that you felt you were playing well, but not necessarily getting the results. It kind of feels a bit like that again today.
Yeah, probably.
Playing very well and not getting the result over the line.
Yeah, I mean, I had opportunities. The double 19 was the one that I'm still thinking about now. Thinking, how did that third dart not go in? It was so unlucky, but yeah, that's maybe a theme of my career. I do get unlucky sometimes, most of the time. Maybe that's something to do with, you know, not really putting the pressure on and putting the foot on the gas when it's really needed. You know, when you're on it, you need to keep on it and keep pushing. But it's obviously hard when someone's throwing everything at you.
And you're both playing well as well. So what is it about you and Luke that just get the best out of each other all the time?
Because we know we have to play as well as we do. Yeah, I think you know, I don't think even Luke had many 110 averages this year in the whole Premier League. So he's done it at the right time. I think he knows and I know, you know, that you have to play well against each other. If you don't, you know, if he wouldn't have played well tonight, I'd have thrashed him. And if I didn't play well tonight, he would have thrashed me. You know, so we know, and that I think the adrenaline, the buzz of the crowd. You get this sort of feeling from the crowd that they're like loving what's going on, and it pushes you through as well.